Today, Arsenal won their second game, their consecutive game at Emirates. That is 2 wins in 2, and they are really having 6 points in 2 games. What a start for Arsenal. And a player who goes by the name of William Gallas came out and said that Arsenal is going to compete for the trophy this time around. And do you know what he said? That Arsenal is going to dislodge Liverpool out of the top 4, and Arsenal is going to play Champions League next season. So Mikel Arteta reacted to Arsenal 4, Leicester 2, a game that really was so much watched by Arsenal fans all over the world, and they really appreciated it. And guys, to me, people will say, Rokani, Arsenal is winning and your team Manchester United is losing. But if at all you really have chance, go to my channel, which goes by names of United Matters channel, and really know what I really say about United. I'm not so much expectant, guys. I'm not expectant, because I know that there are players that need to leave this club for Manchester United to get where they're supposed to be. You saw how Mikel Arteta started it with Arsenal. He came out and swept players off the grip of Arsenal. Mesut Ozil, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, which other player? The lefty guy, is it Kolasinac, and very many other players. He really sold them out of Arsenal and brought in close to all the players he wanted. That's what's supposed to be happening in Manchester United, but we're not here to talk about Manchester United. We're here to talk about Arsenal, a team that is on fire and has hit the ground running, and looks like they're back to winning ways, and this season they're on fire. And guess what? Gabriel Jesus has got himself vocal evolutions today, and I really believe that he has to be the Premier League player of the week, according to me. If I told him to really make that award, he deserves it. 4 goals, scores 2 assists. What a player that Mikel Arteta really brought in. Now, Mikel Arteta, first and foremost, he was asked about the win that really Arsenal got. He said, I'm really happy. I think it was a big performance. I think it was a really good football match from both sides. I think Leicester City had their moments as well, and they did a lot of good things in the game, and overall I'm delighted because we got the result we wanted. First and foremost, in a game like this, all what you want is to get a win. That's why Mikel Arteta is telling you that they got the result they wanted, because to build the confidence of your team as you head into your 3rd game, you need to win this one at home. Having won away at Crystal Palace, Arsenal needed to do whatever it took to get 3 points from Leicester City, and obviously they did it in a very good style altogether. 2 goals ahead, Leicester City gets 1 through the own goal of William Saliba. Arsenal, within 2-3 minutes, they respond with a goal from Grant Xhaka. Then in the 74th minute, James Maddison makes it 2 for Leicester to narrow down the gap of Arsenal by 1 goal. Guess what Arsenal did? After 1 minute, Gabriel Martinelli makes it 4. So Arsenal never gave Leicester any chance to really grow confidence into this game of football. That's what Mikel Arteta is talking about. And the confidence and the mentality of these players of Arsenal is really changing and improving. Guys, I really love the way Arsenal really did it today, but obviously, the goals that Arsenal scored are the goals that really went at the behind of the net of the team that I support, that is Manchester United. Now, Arteta on Gabriel Jesus said, we know what Gabi can do. He scored 2 and assisted 2, and he is still disappointed in the dressing room because he said he would have scored 4. That's the standard. That's the mentality that if you want to go to a different level, you need that mentality. Guys, these are kind of players you need to be having at your team. He's not even celebrating for scoring 2. He's just annoyed that he would have scored 4. These are kinds of the mentality of players like Gabriel Jesus is what you exactly need in your dressing room, that he won't celebrate like he has really done it. He will go out there and complain that I've not really done anything. I've done nothing, and that's why I shouldn't celebrate anything. That's what a good player should do. You see, that's why I told people that Gabriel Jesus, that signing of Gabriel Jesus is going to change the entire Arsenal. Do you know why? This guy is injury prone. He can play the entire 38 games of the league. You get? And secondly, he's being in the dressing room shows all Arsenal players that, even when you score 10 goals and you miss out on 3, you should be angry you should be hungry for not scoring the other 7. So he's not celebrating even. He's in the dressing room telling the manager, I would have scored more, I would have scored more. But that mentality was not here at Arsenal. That's why Granit Xhaka, after that loss of a team which goes by names of Newcastle last season, he came out and really told the players of Arsenal that if at all you don't want to play for Arsenal, get out of here, get out of the way. Do you know why? Because they never really felt the meaning of winning. Now, a player who knows what exactly meaning is all about at Arsenal arrived in the names of Gabriel Jesus, and he doesn't even celebrate. He doesn't even celebrate for what he has not scored. He does not celebrate for what he has really scored. That's the man who goes by names of Gabriel Jesus. And secondly, he goes ahead to feel pain for those results that have not showed up, especially onto the scoreboard. He believes would have scored 4. So such players, you've been asking yourself why teams like Man City are really winning trophies. They are winning trophies because they're having players with the right mentality. Look at what Gabriel Jesus is doing. The manager is telling us that he is even disappointed in the dressing room because he said he could have scored 4. Mentality. Gabriel Jesus is really a very good addition to this Arsenal side. And he went ahead to say that I wouldn't like to play against him. I have never been a defender, but I can imagine that they don't enjoy it. He's so mobile, so intuitive, and is always sharp and proactive to play in and any moment and any phase of the game, and he's a real threat. Obviously, Gabriel Jesus is a real threat. No defender would like to play against him because if you want to bully him, he's also a bully. You get? His physicality is not questioned. He will go on for you left, right, and center because he is mobile. You won't really track him. That's what makes it difficult to really mark out a player like him. He makes it difficult for the defenders to track where he is. Look at the first goal. You get? Thomas Partey switches the ball on the left wide area. That's where he was. Do you know what he did? He passed in Martinelli, and within no second, he was in the 6 yards box area of Leicester City. They had even forgotten about him. They just opened their eyes and the lad was there. He took just one touch, and that one touch he used was to set that ball, and then he really curled it to the farthest end of the goal beyond the goalkeeper of Leicester City, who goes by the names of Ward. That's what the man is talking about, that no one would like to play against him because he's really too quick, he's mobile, he's proactive. One thing I like about him is that whenever he gets the ball, he doesn't think of really going backwards, doing a negative pass. No, he's proactive. He knows that when I get that ball, I just have to face the defenders or really do a forward pass. That's Gabriel Jesus for you, and I really believe that he's really a new signing that Arsenal is going to enjoy for you. Now, Mikel Arteta had to say this to the fans. We are telling them every day that when we play, we are getting better and better. What they've done today with Saliba is something that in my career I haven't seen, and that shows the connection and to really be there when it matters and when it's difficult for somebody. Obviously, what they did for William Saliba today is really unseen. A player scores in his own net, and the fans went ahead to cheer him, Saliba, 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 Saliba. Even Saliba got to know, all right, what I've done is not bad. The fans are with me because they know that that's not a Saliba, because Saliba had really a decent game. The 2 years, the fans have missed him. Instead of booing him, instead of not really supporting him, they just gave him support. And the support they really gave Saliba just fired up the entire team to look for the third goal. And within close to 2-3 minutes, Granit Xhaka had gotten a third goal for Arsenal. You get? That's what it's all about. These fans are really great, and they are going to make it hard for the opposition to pick up points at Emirates. They're really cheerful. They've stunned Saliba and they've given him more morale, and I think he's really going to go ahead and really put pen to paper, because the fans have showed him that even if you really score an own goal, we like you because we've been waiting for you for 2 years and finally you here. Then he continued to tell us now about the fans that we should be really proud to play in front foot of them, because that was special. I think it really lifted the confidence of William Saliba and how he played the last minutes. After that, and for the team as well. Obviously, I've just told you that it lifted up the team because they just needed 2 minutes to respond after that own goal of Saliba, and they regained back their lead of 2 goals. So it was really good work done by the fans of Arsenal, and kudos to Arsenal in the for you. And then later, this is what he had to say about the own goal of William Saliba. He said, the good thing is that you pay the bill, but you don't really pay because you win the football match. So it's much easier to learn when that happens. But I'm happier today that I was at Crystal Palace with him, because the way he played after that was incredible in the for you. Obviously, Saliba was really a very magnificent player. He was really a standout player in that central defense with Gabriel Jesus. They never gave Jamie Vardy a chance to really expose them. Even the only time Jamie Vardy tried to beat the high line of Arsenal, obviously it looked like ugly because Ramsdale got out of goal early enough, yet a player who goes by the names of Gabriel Jesus was on, and the referee saw it as a penalty because Jamie Vardy dived, because he thought that there was minimal contact with Ramsdale. But that was the only time he exposed this defense. And you know how fast Jamie Vardy is, but the high line was really so much on point that he couldn't really go past it. You get, even the likes of James Maddison couldn't get a pass over the top of the back four behind them. No ball was got behind them that they didn't really get. So Arsenal was really a very good team, and they put up a spirited fight. Then Arteta, on Arsenal's decision making in the final third, he said, you can see the interaction and the speed of execution. It's a different level. The rotation can be the same, and the way that they can execute it at the speed and that precise is completely different. Obviously, Arsenal really put up some good performances, quick passing, and the way they executed those chances for you. The decision making of Granit Xhaka, Martinelli, and Gabriel Jesus was really immense. The eye for goal was really good. So I really believe that Arsenal are really doing a very good job, and I know the fans of Arsenal are really having and loving this, that their players are really putting on the field of play. He said, when asked on Arteta on the importance of playing off instinct, within the structure, within that shape, and within that unit, you have the freedom to decide and occupy any space, and they know that we work on that every day. So he really gives his players freedom. In this style of play of Mikel Arteta, he really gives you freedom to do what you want, provided you don't lose the ball. Or when you lose the ball, you have to fight back to really regain it immediately before harm goes to his team. So he has told us that shape and the way they play, the freedom he gives them, the decisions they take, they do that every day. They train on it, and so his players are not going about it. Now, Arteta had to say this on whether Jesus can maintain his level of performance. That's what we are getting off, because I think he's played 18 starts in the last 2 seasons, and we are going to demand him to start a lot of games. So, obviously, Arteta is positive about this. He has started so far 2 Premier League games for Arsenal. He would have really banged himself to assist in the game of Crystal Palace, but Odegaard and Martinelli didn't really score those chances, but this time round he has scored 2 and gave Arsenal the lead, and then he scored 2 goals. And this is the importance of a player like him. Whenever Arsenal needed him, he never sat back. He came on through and really gave them what they deserved. So Mikel Arteta said, so we have to manage that load, and the way that we train is different. We have to be on top of that, and hopefully we are. So you see the mentality of the manager. The manager is having the same mentality like the players. And sometimes you might be having some players who are really good enough, and their mentality is just draining them. But when you bring in players like Zinchenko, Gabriel Jesus, William Saliba, who have a different winning mentality altogether, obviously your team changes, and the way they think changes. Because the Arsenal of last season, if at all Leicester comes in through, Arsenal scores our own goal, they would have humbled themselves and said, all right, let's fight for what we call a draw or a win. all will defend this win. But this Arsenal didn't sit back. They said we have to go in for the third goal, and they got it. Even when they considered the second goal, they said we have to go in for a fourth goal, and they went for it. And they would have even scored very many more just because the players didn't really execute them very well. So it looks like Arsenal are really looking good, and the manager is really so much happy about their performance and is promising more from the team. Then Arteta, on whether Jesus' arrival has lifted the likes of Saka and Martinelli, he said, I think it lifts the standards with the way that he's training every day and the way that he's talking and the way that they are connecting. I think it's very natural. That's what he said. He said again, but at the same time, it's pretty impressive to do it that quickly. But then we are asking other players to score goals as well. Granit Xhaka is arriving in the box, and he should have scored last week. And he could have scored 2 today because he had another header. Yes, that really hit off the ball, off the pole in the foyer. And said, and that's what we need. If you want to be at the top, then we are going to have to score a lot of goals, and we cannot rely on 2 or 3 players. Obviously, because teams that win the Premier League or win titles have very many people that really come on and score goals. When you look at Arsenal, they are showing you that they're getting goals from different sources. The first game of Crystal Palace, it was Gabriel Martinelli and an own goal. This time around has been Gabriel Jesus and 2 midfielders. Gabriel Martinelli again scoring, and Granit Xhaka scoring in the foyer. So even Thomas Partey would have scored, and very many other Arsenal players. So it shows you that the manager is scoring goals from other Arsenal players. He wants Bukayo Saka to score. He wants Emile Smith-Rowe to score. He wants Nketiah to score. He wants Thomas Partey to score. He wants Zinchenko to score. So he wants to be having a team of players that can score in any game of what magnitude. That is Mikel Arteta. And secondly, when the coming in of Gabriel Jesus, it helps them get that load off their shoulders, like Bukayo Saka, Martinelli, Emile Smith-Rowe, Odegaard, because now you have a player whom you trust to go in and really score those goals. So I really believe that it's really going to be something great for Arsenal, and a season that Arsenal are really going to love, because it's really good to see that everything is going on as planned by the manager. Then lastly, he was asked about Granit Xhaka's importance in his system. He said he's there to play the role that we want, and Granit has certain characteristics, but we can develop other characteristics because he has the ability to do it. And when Fabio Vieira plays in that position, he will have a different role because his qualities are different, and it's the same with Martin. So the team has to adapt, but the players as well have to play with an eye on goal and the feeling that they want to score. So you look at a manager like Mikel Arteta, very composed. He's going to make his 3rd year next year at Arsenal because he came in 2019. I think he's going to make his 3rd year in December because that's when he was recruited as an Arsenal manager. That is Mikel Arteta. So 3 years down the road, the rebuild is done, and finally, after 2 years of him recruiting in the players he wants, obviously he's getting Arsenal where he wants it to be, and Arsenal is really playing on very well. Guys, I like the way Arsenal played, and I told you at the beginning of the season that Arsenal is really going to be one of those teams that are really going to shock very many people. You might rule out on the trophy. You might not fancy them to be in the top 4. But trust me, after them playing Liverpool, Man City, and Spurs plus Chelsea, those teams that you think are really going to be ahead of Arsenal, that's when you're going to put respect on this side of Arsenal, because most of the teams they've played are making it hard for them to play. You get? But I'm imagining an Arsenal playing against Man City, Liverpool, Chelsea, and Spurs, who don't sit back, who really attack them. I think we are really going to be having a very good display of a game, because when you look at Arsenal, they have the best midfielder in the Premier League. That is Thomas Partey. He starts in that single pivot role. No one matches them. And if at all he really stays uninjured, then Arsenal are really going to go ahead and compete. That's why people are really calling in for Tielemans. Tielemans today was in this game of Arsenal as they beat a side which goes by the names of Leicester City, but he was not sounding enough, and he was really so much covered up by, or silenced by, Thomas Partey and Granit Xhaka. The manager stated about Fabio Vieira, meaning that Arsenal played a 4-3-3 system. You saw it very well today. Fabio Vieira comes in through, meaning that he's going to be playing with Odegaard and Fabio Vieira with Thomas Partey or Granit Xhaka playing in a single pivot. So that's what the manager really had to say about Arsenal. He talked about Gabriel Jesus, he hailed him, and other players in the field. So guys, thank you very much for watching in. Your reactions to what Mikel Arteta said to Arsenal 4, Leicester 2 are welcome into the comment section below. I sign out for now. See you later. Remember, tomorrow we have a big one. Chelsea is hosting Tottenham Hotspur, a game that we are really waiting to see because it's the biggest game of the weekend. You get? And next weekend it's Man United versus Liverpool, but this weekend it's all about Arsenal. Sorry, it's all about Chelsea hosting Arsenal. Another London derby that is highly anticipated for in here at Rokani Media Football. I sign out for now. See you later. May the Almighty God protect you abundantly. I love you all. Thank you. But don't forget to subscribe to this channel and then hit the notification bell and tell me your reaction to what Mikel Arteta said as Arsenal beat Leicester by 4 goals to 2. I'm out.